Hi everyone and welcome to today's lesson. We are going to look at equations with surds. Now, this is what it looks like, and how do we know it's an equation with surds? Because here we have a square root with a x minus 1 on the inside. So whenever we have a square root within an equation, we are busy with equations with surds. Now the steps are quite easy. So here we go. The first step is we want to isolate the surd. And isolate means we want it to be alone on one side. So I'm going to leave it on the left side of the equation sign, and then I'm going to take the minus x to the other side. And then we have in the square root x minus 1 is equal to x minus 3. And there we isolated the surd. The second step is we're going to put both sides in brackets and we're going to square it. Why do we want to do it? Because we want to get rid of the square root. And what we do on the one side, we also have to do on the other. Okay, so that's the second step done. And now we simply do the algebra. So when we have a square and a square root on the inside, well, they cancel each other out and then we're only left with the x minus 1. But here we have a product of two binomials. So first times first is x squared. First times second times a 2 is minus 6x. And second times second is a positive 9. And then what we do is we take this minus 1 to the other side as well as this x. Why? Because this is a quadratic equation. So we want all our terms to be on one side. And then we end up with 0 is equal to x squared. And minus 6x minus a x, because the positive x becomes a minus x, becomes minus 7x. And this minus 1 that goes to the other side becomes a plus 1, and plus 9 plus 1 is a plus 10. Here we have a quadratic equation in its simple form, so then we are going to factorize, and we end up with x minus 5 and x minus 2. So from here, we know it's a zero product rule. So what makes this bracket a 0 when x is equal to 5? And what makes this bracket a 0 when x is equal to 2? And there we go. But hang on, here's the last step. Whenever we have equations that contain surds, we have to test our answers. So first we're going to take this 5 and we're going to put it in x's place. And 5 minus 1 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. And 2 minus 5 gives us minus 3, and we are correct. So this 5 is correct. Then we take this 2, we put it in x's place, there, and then we will say 2 minus 1 is 1, and the square root of 1 is 1. And 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So that is not equal to minus 3. So this x equal to 2 is not true, and we will simply say x is not equal to 2. It is not valid. And there we go. So I hope you could follow the steps. They will be like this for all examples where we have surds in the equation. See you next time. Bye.